thrown out of the body. However, with maybe urine, feces, sweat, you can't let the lymph nodes contaminate. And that's what happens when we wear the aluminum filled deodorants, or where we wear these bras that's so constricted and got our boobs all the way in our neck. No, you have to reduce the bras that you're wearing. The next one is salt. I'm not going to go too deep into this one, but one thing we should understand is that we went million years without salt, and we're programmed to have 10 times less salt than we do now. So this salt obviously is going to restrict the blood vessels. It's going to start causing the stiffening of the vessels, which is going to restrict blood flow, which can increase your chances for high blood pressure, along with stroke, and along with that, varicose veins, things of that nature, where the blood is not flowing properly inside of the veins. So let's go over a couple of seasonings. Most people just use these other seasonings like Goya seasoning or Lowry's, or there's a Spanish one too that's really terrible. You have to start getting into the thyme, the rosemary, oregano. Also, I'm thinking onions, peppers, tomatoes. Tomatoes are healthier cooked than raw. What else? I'm thinking basil, parsley. You can start with those things. Play with those herbs. Those herbs are pretty good right there, and you can still get a lot of flavor out of the food. If you're going to use salt, Himalayan sea salt. There's also Celtic salt. It's also a sea salt, not table salt. Table salt is garbage. Number 10 is alcohol. Not spending any time on that. Alcohol has, it's the toxic breakdown of a substance called acetaldehyde. That's what causes all the issues with the liver. The liver has too much work already to deal with all the other things I just named. Has no room for alcohol. Also, what is this? Oh, sodas. Sodas and artificial juices, artificial sodas, they contain phosphate, which is an additive that's used to make the drinks improve their color. Phosphates are vascular toxins. Vascular meaning veins, arteries. Another thing, it's going to impair arterial function. Within hours of consuming a high phosphate meal, it increases kidney and heart failure, accelerating aging and bone loss. Number 13, what I'm talking to you on now, because not everything's going to be food. Number 13, the cell phones. A lot of us are on our cell phones 24/7. There is something that's emitted from the cell phones called blue light. Blue light, after a certain time, starts to disrupt the production of melatonin. Melatonin is a hormone that's secreted by the pineal gland. When you have too much blue light toxicities from the cell phones, from the TVs, from the iPads, any type of electronic device, it's going to disrupt your melatonin production, and over time you're going to have trouble sleeping. And it could lead into insomnia, and if you're not producing melatonin, you're not healing properly. The melatonin, it's peaks at night, so you want to be in bed somewhere between 10 p.m., 11 p.m., and then it starts to dip down at about 4 a.m. So if you're on your phone at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., you are not healing. You are missing out on critical hours of healing. From anywhere between 10, 11 o'clock till about 4 a.m., your body is going through healing and detoxification and just truly purifying your body. And melatonin helps to do that. Number 13 is fish. Y'all know I'm sad. Let's take a moment for fish. The mercury in the fish. Mercury in the fish deteriorates brain cells. So the diseases like Parkinson's is due to high heavy metals, and it has PCB contamination, fish oils, any kind of fish, it doesn't matter what kind. The degree that is found with the most damage in the brain is called the substantia nigra, which means black substance. It's a highly melanated area in the brain. And the interesting thing about melanin, which I go into in depth in my book, I'm not going to do it here, is it has the ability to attract toxins to either make it a part of its structure or to destroy it and eliminate it out of its body. There is melanin in your brain. Please do not start fighting me in the comments or anywhere, because I already went through that a couple of videos ago. Melanin is in the brain. There's 12 centers of melanin in the brain. The substantia nigra is one of the areas that's contributed to having Parkinson's degree, because that area starts to lose its blackness. It starts to use the blackness that you need in order to not have a disease like this. But I do have, where is it? It's an herb here, wild crafted from Jamaica. It's called blue vervain. This is an excellent nervine. It's a brain nourishing tonic. So if you know anybody with Parkinson's or have nerve issues or the twitching legs or they just can't stay still, they need something like blue vervain. I have that on my website too, High Frequency. I have a nice nourishing nervine tonic. It's also good for all ADHD or restless leg syndrome, lack of concentration, poor sleep. It's a nervine tonic, but if you want to get it on your own. But mine comes from Jamaica, so mine's going to be better. Blue vervain. And the next one is deep fried foods, which leads to the production of dangerous heterocyclic amines in meats. We have to be careful with that, because a lot of us parents, I do it myself, we give our children a lot of French fries. Every day we give them French fries. We have to reduce the amount of French fries that we're giving them, because the heterocyclic amines are cancer-producing substances, and it can increase your risk of breast cancer by 47% due to the DNA damage in the tissue. They initiate and promote cancer growth, also has potent estrogen-like effects which fuel breast cancer growth in which hormones thrive. Cancer also feeds on bad cholesterol, and it showed stimulated growth in a petri dish as well with the fried foods. If you have any type of uterine issue or excess estrogen or hormone imbalance, this is another herb wild crafted in Jamaica. It's called Jamaican dog blood. This is not available for sale by itself on the site, right? I just got it. So if you order something like Woman's Strength or a hormone regulator, 50% of the herbal blend will contain the dog blood, and the rest will have things like red raspberry, red clover, other things to nourish your blood. But dog blood is really good to get your hormones in line. It's also excellent for fertility. So the fertility blend will also have the dog blood. Next, which I'm not going to go into depth about, is white sugar and brown sugar, because brown sugar is just white sugar undercover. We're not going to go into that. We all know that it causes diabetes. It causes you to hold on to fat. It also causes the stiffening of the arteries again. You have to have your arteries nice and smooth. Number six, where am I at? No, I'm up to number 16. What am I saying right now? Is coffee. Coffee causes a lot of gastrointestinal issues, and it's associated with an increased risk of bone fracture in women and incontinence in men and women. Some people, the thing with coffee is, like, a lot of people love to have coffee. It's just when you have several cups a day. I don't drink coffee at all. I drink tea. I drink herbs. Herbs should always be a part of your diet. Number 17. I'm going to bulk another category: rice, potatoes, any type of cold cereal, anything white, like white bread, even oats. Unfortunately, they're all mucus forming, they're all acidic. What you can use instead is spelt flour. That's the flour that I use. Like I showed you, I think I showed you before, was the chickpeas. Chickpea pasta. This is amaranth. This is a grain that you could use to replace rice. There's also quinoa. This is black rice, not the Haitian black rice. This is called forbidden rice. You could get this by the ounce at certain markets. It's not that easy to find. And there's also fonio. Fonio is a great grain to use. You have the quinoa, that's amaranth. You have kamut. Those are really good grains. Remember, any other grain, mucus forming, acid forming, and if you're having everything else on this list, it's just going to cause a lot of issues later on down the line. Number 18 is eating outside of certain hours. So the best times to eat is from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. I would even say, even if you did 12 to 8, which is called intermittent fasting, you reduce the amount of hours that you consume food so that you have more time to eliminate the waste product.